Oh, wow. We got jackpot. Oh, wow. How cool is that for the video? As always, looking to play solid against the regs, of which there's quite a few playing at the moment, and then looking to exploit the weaker players and maximising my EV in those spots. Be check folding this combo, no backdoor flush draw. This board kind of connects pretty well with the button flatting range in terms of having all of these middle pocket pairs to connect this in their range. When they check back, however, I think I've got a decent candidate to double barrel on brick rivers to get folds from missed clubs, hands like ace jack, ace 10, maybe some 7x, although 7x I don't think folds on the 9, but I think I've got a mandatory bluff. And got called down by 3s, which the 9 river is just a bad one to bluff on, because I think all hands like 7x or under pairs that would probably fold on a different type of river are going to be more inclined to call. I mean, I think 3 should be folding turn, let alone river, but yeah, these are the type of hands I was targeting to fold, as well as some 4x, some ace 10, ace jack, missed clubs. So I like my bluff, I like my line. I'd give up on a river that is the 10, the jack. 6 I'd check call, and obviously clubs I would check fold. I think I'm going to start with half pot here in this 3-way situation. I think with the ace of hearts, I don't mind checking here because I'm blocking the hands that I'm going to look to get called by, and I'm not blocking the nuts that I'm getting check raised and facing a big river bet is going to be pretty grim with top 2 here. So I think going for a check and then bet river lines would be quite nice in terms of getting value from some hero calls from like Jack King, picking off some bluffs from missed draws, and making sure that I get a call from, I might only get one street from weaker hands. And I think I just have a jam here. My shoving range here is going to be so polarized. I think the big blind's clearly got a tough decision here with King Queen by the fact they're tanking. I think full houses are going to be... Well, I don't think they have pocket 4s in their range because that would check raise the flop. I don't think they have pocket 10s pre-flop or on the flop for the same reason. So I think they've got King Queen here, or because I don't think ace 10's tanking. I think ace 10's just a snap call. Looks like that's a nice... Ace 10, yeah, pretty gross. Ace 10 just can't fold. I think King Queen can find folds there. Oh, wow. We got jackpot. I think they must have changed the jackpot rules. Oh, wow. How cool is that for the video? Sick. 23 grand. Wow. That's really nice to get that one on video. How's your luck? I think they've changed the jackpot rules in terms of qualification, because ace 10, aces over 10s, I don't think qualified last time I looked. So that must have changed over the last few days, which is pretty nice for me. And yeah, wow, how nice is that? Wonder what happens if ace 10 found a fold there. That would be pretty criminal if they folded there not knowing the jackpot rules. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect to get that on camera. I think that's pretty cool. I'll try and focus on the poker again now. Ace 10, yeah, obviously can't fold here. I can definitely check back turn with pocket 4s, I think, which they can be ahead of. And I can definitely find bluffs from Jack 10. I think it's going to be a prime hand to bluff the river. That probably checks back turn at high frequency. In terms of my turn check back, I think it's good. Because as I said, without the ace of hearts, I think it's a bet because I can get value from the nut flush draws. But when I block the nut flush draws, then what's my opponent's calling range? Well, I'm blocking the calling range in terms of hands like ace queen, nut flush draws, ace jack, ace 10. So their continuing range is going to be kind of draws, but I obviously have the ace of hearts. I'm not as worried about those. And then getting check raised and facing big river bets is going to be pretty grim because I unblock king queen. So if I'm blocking top 2 and not blocking the straight, then what do they have? Well, they're going to have to find bluffs from hands like queen 9, king 9, which, just makes my position pretty gross. So I think checking back to have some strong hands in my river range is good. And it worked out absolutely perfectly for me. Because if I bet the turn, then this player probably goes all in, and ace 10 probably finds a fold, I would think, and I miss out on the jackpot. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Here against this recreational short stack, I'm just jamming top pair, good kicker here. Plenty of worse hands I get called by, like 9-8, 7-8, pocket 8s, etc. And my hand could do with a little bit of protection. And king queen suited is going to be called. Check back from imposition is quite interesting. I would expect just range C bets on this board. I think I just have a check call. I don't like having the Queen of Hearts here, really, in terms of calling this down, because that's going to be the card that is going to be like bluffed for this line, like in terms of having ace queen of hearts, ace queen off, these types of hands. So I'm not sure how good this one is in terms of bluff catching river. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what to make of this. Just trying to figure whether the opponent has any worse value here for this line. I really want to fold, but I really want to call to see what they have for this line. I think my hand has to be a fold. Just the Queen of Hearts is such a bad card, I think, but I'm not sure how many better hands I have there. So, the check back from opponent on the flop is, by the time we get to the river, it's not going to be mid-strength. Like, they're not going for value on the turn and river with ace-jack, pocket queens, or worse hands. So they're going to be pretty polarised to getting quite tricky on the flop with hands like aces, ace-king, pocket jacks, pocket kings, or they've just got complete air that's just missed the flop. So hands of note are going to be like a7 of hearts and so forth. But when we consider that it was a cold 4-bet pot pre-flop, they shouldn't have those hands in their range. So to make a call here, I'm kind of making an assumption that this opponent is too loose pre-flop. And obviously ace-4 gets on the river as well, which is a consideration which I actually missed in-game. But that's one, like ace-4 of hearts, that might not have any interest in betting the flop on this board, because my range pre-flop's going to be pretty strong as well, right? I'm going to have jacks in there, I'm going to have aces in there, I'm going to have some king-jack suited, king-queen suited, ace-queen of spades. So ace-4 of hearts, ace-4 of clubs might look to check back, and then when they pick up equity, look to barrel to get me off hands like pocket 10s, 9s, ace-queen, jack-x. So the fact that ace-4 gets there, the fact that ace-5 is a pair probably doesn't always barrel off. And yeah, as I said, having the Queen of Hearts I don't like either, because I'm blocking hands that are going to want to bluff. Like if they cold 4-bet pre-flop with Queen 10 suited, then that's obviously one. And then that might be a hand that checks back because they don't want to get check jammed on by jacks, flush draws, aces, so on. But they shouldn't cold 4-bet pre-flop with Queen 10 all that often. And then ace Queen of Hearts is another one that might check and then try and realise their equity / have a little bit showdown. But then when I check back, they then turn it into a bluff to get me off hands like jack 10, pocket 10s, pocket 9s. So I'm happy with the folds. I think I'm winning sometimes, but I don't think I'm winning enough just based on giving my opponent credit for having appropriate cold 4-bet ranges pre-flop, and therefore they're massively weighted towards having nutted hands in this spot as opposed to bluffs.